Good morning. Good morning. It is almost 7 o'clock. Thank you, Lord, for a new day to trade. Thank you for everything. Okay, CMBM is the one. Oh, and this is not financial advice, FYI. This is educational purposes only. So CMBM is getting pumped right now, as you can see, by Moon Market. So I'm avoiding this one. I got to play a little bit of this retest, but I'm going to avoid it for right now. So see what kind of 7 o'clock news comes out. Got my scanners up. We ready? Also, I'm posting I was on the Friendly Bear podcast, and he's literally just releasing it right now. Friendly Bear. Yes. Check it out. Posted it in the chat. After the live stream, go check it out. So what's moving right now? I'm gonna leave this one alone since Moon's pumping it. It might be a good opportunity here soon. Well, you know what? I don't really care that he's pumping it if we get to a nice level. So where are we at? This might not be a terrible level, but is there anything new coming out? JAMF, I don't know what that is. I see it moving though. I'm kind of tempted. I got some shares of CMBM. I might try it here. Just small size. We have a little bit of resistance here. I don't know if it's going to try to push it to this level of resistance, but I'm going to try it. I got in at 292. It's just so overextended right now. It's got to come back to reality at some point, I think. But it is getting pumped by a pumper. So if we can see, when I don't have my mic in, y'all hear me okay? I'll fix it in just a second. Test. Yeah. It's working. But yeah, let me know if y'all see anything, because as of right now, the only thing that I'm really seeing is CMBM, and I'm in it. I got in at 292. And the main reason I'm playing it is just because this is just a very extended move. I think it's going to come back to reality a little bit. So I'm up 160 bucks on it now, 100 bucks. I played it small, so I'm going to start taking some profits here. And just the reasoning for playing this one was just extended. Got the 7 o'clock pump, but nothing else. Oh, just all I'm seeing is the CMBM pump, but nothing else. Good morning. So I went ahead and got out of CMBM. I'm probably jumping out too soon, but got in at 292, made about 30 cents a share on 1,000 shares, so not bad, or 800 shares. It could flush all the way to VWAP, and I'll be sad, but this is the only thing I'm seeing really moving right now, so I don't want to test my luck, and Moon Market is active with this one. He's doing his best Zach Morris impression. Oops. You can't hear me? Can you hear me? No? Test, test, test. Bro, I've been talking my little heart out. Okay. This is not financial advice, educational purposes only. Thank you, Lord, for a new day to trade. And I think that's what I usually say before I get started. That's it. So CMBM, I just played this one. Yeah, I played the $3 level. So just FYI with this one, Moon Market is pumping this one. It just ripped up at 7. And y'all, if y'all been following me long enough, if I see enough green candles in a row, I know there's usually a red one coming if the float's decent. So looked at the daily, saw there's a little bit of a level here, but I'm being very cautious with this one. I didn't even draw that level. Being a little cautious with this one just since Moon Market's pumping it, and I'm not really seeing a lot else pump right now. Let me know if y'all are seeing anything. But I'm out. I got out at basically where we're at now, 260s, and I probably jumped out way too soon. It's probably, here we go. It's probably gonna flush back, but with it being the only thing moving and Moon Market is pumping his little heart out, I'm gonna be a little cautious with it. Oh, beautiful flush though. I got about 30 cents for 800 shares, about 30 cents, but it looks like I probably should have held on a little bit longer. But locates are high on this one. I'd really like to see something else move. I don't want to keep playing this ticker, to be honest. Been trying to avoid the ones that Moon is pumping, because if it falls below VWAP or if it looks like it's about to die, he'll like send out tweets and crap to keep it going. And I pinned a comment when I was in LA, the Friendly Bear at his conference. We did a podcast while I was there, so put the link and pinned it. So if y'all are interested in watching, I'd appreciate it. Give it some love. I got it going in the background just because it just premiered at 7. His lighting was way better than my lighting. Appreciate it, Alex. I was just looking at it. There's a side-by-side with both of us beside each other. I was like, bro, your lighting's way better. Just kidding. But yeah, if y'all check it out, that'd be dope. Let me know if y'all see anything, because like I said, I played this extended move, got in the 290s, but I'm not trying to get in it right now because I know what Moon Market does. So I'll just keep my eyes out if I see anything else moving. And then of those of y'all that know, I got ripped apart by VSEE yesterday. This move right here. I got to get all these lines off my chart now. This is chaos. No, I don't like chaotic charts. So if y'all weren't on live yesterday or missed the end of it, I was up a little over 2K. And this one ruined my day. And by the time I was done with this move, and it doesn't tell the whole story. If y'all were on live, y'all know it broke. It was hanging around 2. And then when it broke past 2, it got to $4 in a matter of a few seconds. Like, I'm not exaggerating. And obviously, that's not ideal in a long position. And Alex, if you're on, I know you mentioned like how to avoid these. Obviously, there's no real way to avoid this, but look when it made that rip, 9 o'clock. That's why I usually stop my live streams at 9. I was actually signing off, and then I got an alert for this one and played it, and it ruined my morning. But I was able to redeem myself. So net positive on VSEE yesterday because it gave back, and I went full degenerate at right here. So I'll talk more about that in a little bit. I'll keep my eyes open for new plays, and then we can discuss that later when it's slow. Fran, are you on? Yeah, good. Fran, I know you mentioned it in the Discord. Talk about it. On TradingView, it shows it got all the way up to $1, but when I entered it at 195 on TradeZero, I didn't see it get above 195. Oops, I'm looking at the wrong one. CMP, there you go. Good morning. Yeah, I hate how slow 7 o'clock has gotten, because going back to what I was saying about VSEE, I like to end these a little early. So I like when the action is, when I say early, like a little before 9, but the action has been a little slow, 7 to 7:30. VSEE and SPFM were good to me. Can't short. Nice. It wasn't good to me at pre-market, but glad you were able to make some money on it. I think I want to survive, but if I have to step away, I apologize in advance. Because I had to start taking an antibiotic. Boy, the thing is messing up my stomach. So sorry in advance, but I predict there will be, I have to step away in a little bit. Yeah, what do you mean by you can't short? Is that your broker, religious reasons? Elaborate. You can always switch brokers. Or do you don't like the style? But yeah, VSEE was pretty good to me end of day, but definitely wasn't at the beginning of the day. And me rattled. And bro, I promise, I swear I don't try to lie to y'all. Right? I think right at market open, I told y'all, I was like, yeah, I'm jaded. I'm pissed. I'm not gonna trade to the end of the day. And I think within 15 minutes I already took my next trade. I really think I like when I say that, I actually mean it. Like maybe I need to practice better self-control. But it worked out. Oh, I should. I wasn't even ready for this retest. I don't know if I would have played it anyway. I'm probably gonna sit it out. But yeah, no, yeah, I played it at the first 290s, but I was kind of looking down at this one. I'm probably gonna pass on it anyways, because with nothing else moving and the moon pumping it, so. Yo, I gotta step away. I'll keep the trade ideas on, but this antibiotic, wow, bro. Jeez. Gotta get me something to drink. Nauseous. Anyways, I'll be right back. Yo, sorry for that. Fighting for my life there for a second, but I'm good. I'm back. All right. Anything else moving? Really? So there's nothing else moving. Huh. Little 290 levels holding, or 293 levels holding up pretty well. Yeah, the news doesn't seem that great about CMBM to me. I don't really. It's all it says is integration. Probably should have played it. Well, I mean, I played it one time, but probably should have played it again. Since this is the only thing moving, though, I'm a little cautious. Yeah, this news is way overhyped. But it's still, I mean, that doesn't mean it can't run, so. Well, I guess since it is slow, I'll go over the VSEE trade. Just so y'all, let me see. So y'all don't think I'm BSing. Got the Discord pulled up. A lot of good gains yesterday too. J Bell, CJ just showing out, 4K day almost. But anyways, the reason I'm bringing this up to show proof because y'all saw me get blown up by it. VSEE ended the day at almost 5K on the day. I am going to flex a little bit. I saw that comment because y'all saw me get basically blown up yesterday. Well, I shouldn't say blown up, but I was up 2K, lost 2,800 on that play. And then I ended the live down 500 roughly. But the reason why I wanted to show that's proof, because since it's easy to say that it happened, I made the money back, but maybe revenge traded a little bit, but most of the return, because I didn't show I also made 1,100 on it on this play, so I was pretty good. I sat this out, didn't let me make sure there's nothing moving. Didn't play this initial drop, but when it popped up right here, I got an entry and then wrote it down a good ways. I know people talk about how I'm more of a scalper instead of a long holder, but what I liked here was when it started showing some weakness up here, I got in and then basically just wrote it down as long as I could get myself to hold. I closed at 150 and 130, I think. But the big gain was after hours. Moon market started pumping it, and I got an entry at this is probably where I thought I top ticked it. I got an entry at 195, went a little heavy on it, entered 9,000 shares and caught the flush to 161. So I was able to redeem myself, but I had to play backside to make money on this one. So, Fran, I know you wanted me to cover. What questions did you have about it, Fran? Because again, this was just an excessive move. So then once it fell below VWAP and made this pop up, I just got in right here. And I was proud of myself because I didn't get out of VWAP. Y'all know I like to get out of VWAP. I actually held through it thinking it would just break and fade. And luckily it did. So just played it from here to like here, then got in really heavy after hours. And the reason why I did that heavy is because if it got over 2, I was just going to cut. I was just going to cut. I accepted that. And so I was only going to risk like 5 or 6 cents. And then I ended up catching 31 cents on the drop. So it worked out. But friend, if you had any specific questions about it, let me know, because I know you wanted us to cover it on our end of month call, which I need to talk to y'all about because I'm traveling this weekend. I got to figure out a time that makes sense, because I want to have it this weekend. I hate when it feels like I can't fit it in on the weekend. But it's definitely probably going to have to be like Saturday, because Sunday I'll be in Buffalo for the Kansas City game. But I'm flying Saturday, so maybe Saturday morning we can have it. Still don't see anything moving. So 7:30 is 2 minutes away. So let's see. I'm wondering if something does like really start taking attention. Does this flush? CMBM. Again, been cautious with it since it's a moon pump. I did play it at this $3 level, but once, but I should have played it a few more times, it looks like. Big rec, bigger flex. Yeah, I like that. That's a good way to look at it. And it was funny because I was watching, just like YouTube and Alexa and all those things, they feel like they're listening to us. So now I think because we talk about Ross so much on this live stream, YouTube loves to recommend Ross videos to me. Like I was last night, like just listening to some, like, I don't know. So I can't remember what I was listening to, but it was just like music, probably Kodak or something, just in the background. And then I got a recommendation for Ross's video yesterday, so I watched it. And he had a red day, but he was probably more mature than me because he said that he accepted it with grace and didn't trade anymore. So I don't think I'm very graceful. I need to dial that in, because I wouldn't say I revenge traded because I didn't immediately start jumping back in positions. I was actually pretty proud of myself. I waited for the setup, and again, same thing there, but I probably should have sat on my hands. But I wasn't at my max loss for the day. I took a big loss, but I was only down 500 on the day. So, but I wasn't in the best headspace the first 30 minutes, and then put my big boy pants on and got over it. So it's 7:30. Let's see if we can. But yeah, YouTube's been pumping the Ross videos to me now. I don't know why. Probably because I watched one or two. Ain't too graceful either. Oh, yeah. Oh yeah, it is pumping. Is something else? Is something else moving? Because it's flushing now. Let me know if y'all see anything. It looks kind of like a money rotation move since it's 7:30, but I don't see anything else moving. And it's turned out this could have been a good play. Yeah, that's the benefit of shorting for sure, BG. Especially if you know it's an overhyped pump, news is weak, fundamentals weak. Eventually it'll come back. But you never know where the top is, so don't get blown up along the way. But majority of the time it comes back. I think that's where the biggest part of the edge is, because like longs, like we might not see 3 again. But I guarantee we're going to see below $1 at some point. And we probably will see 3 again, but no telling how long you'll have to hold. And it might be in a few minutes. This might be a poor example, but what I'm saying is these trash companies, they just usually just go lower and lower because look at this. That's just all they do. Look at this. And this wasn't me nitpicking. This is just a random one I just picked. So look at this. So even if it just, between the reverse splits, the dilution, if you hold it not enough, long enough, you'll usually get back in profit. But don't get ripped along the way. I think this is the least amount of trades I've ever, I mean, only taken one trade. Yeah, Moon is pumping CMBM. That's why I was a little bit hesitant with it. But I probably should have just played that retest, but all good. I actually proud of myself when I'm cautious because that was my biggest issue in the past. So I'm not that sad about it. Like, of course, I would have loved to catch that move, but I used to try to short everything. Most of the time it works. But as we saw from VSEE, if y'all were on yesterday, this one, I mean, again, going back to holding it long enough, look, it fell below $1 at one point, but this move from 2 to 4 was intense. Jeez. TPBT. Oh yeah, it's popping now. I'm grabbing some locates on it. I'll pull it up in just a second. Where's it trying to go? These sub 50% stocks have been ripping lately. I don't know if you'll notice a lot of these ones that's been like taken off have been really cheap tickers. I got me a little entry, a little starter here, but feels like it's kind of no man's land. So I'm keeping it small for now. I should probably look at the news. Let's see what it was. Achieves manufacturing milestone, a tri-specific antibody from the CAPTN3 platform. Yeah, I don't. So it's just a manufacturing milestone. There's no human clinical data yet. Oh, that's some weak news. Like I said, I'm already in it. Very small. So I'm gonna grab some more locates. When we get closer to $1, I'm gonna start adding heavier to it. Maybe even here at 89. Added a little more here. Again, I'm scaling. It's kind of like my old strategy. More instead of just finding levels, kind of scale into it. And not saying that's what y'all should do. That's just what I'm doing. The smart thing is probably to wait for a very obvious level. But the news is weak. We're already up 50%. So we have a moving average here. We have a pivot at $1. And then we have a pretty decent gap fill up to 127. And this is the top of this ticker, so I'm definitely adding some size here. I shouldn't say size, I'm adding some here. That's still not that heavy on it. A lot different than whenever I'm trying to like time the top, even though I don't even go that heavy then anymore, but just want to be clear, I'm scaling in. That means I'm going in small, just trying to build a position. Okay, got a pretty good understanding about this ticker. Good AskEdgar says about it. Moon market, he says pumper. A lot different than Ross. I joke around about Ross, but he's a good trader. Moon, he just pumps crap. It's like one of those self-fulfilling prophecy things. Like if you got enough followers and you say a ticker, it'll probably go up. And he's known for that. But Moon Market on X, I put on his notification. Ooh. So I did add a little bit of size here at 1. So I am down about $400 on it, $450 now, but still not end of the world. It might be going to, it might be trying to fill this gap. So if it keeps making high, yeah, I might trim. Well, I was going to trim and then re-add, but if it flushes back to $1, I might just trim down some of my size. But right now I'm not stressing too bad because I don't like being down, but I'm only in still a couple thousand shares. I was scaling in very small. But this next level, this 127 level, is that the gap fill? Oh yeah, I'm going in right here. Sure. So yeah, I added up 4,000 shares right there. I might add some more, honestly. I'm grabbing some more locates. So that definitely helped get my average up. So now when it drops here a little bit, I'm going to trim out some of my size. Oh yeah, let's go. I'm not that far from break even now. Break even. So if we get a flush here, that'll be nice. Should have just waited for that level. Shouldn't have scaled in, but my average is 103. So I trimmed down here. Got my size count down a little bit. If we get a flush here, that'll be nice. So, but I'll add more size. At 120. But yeah, we're getting the flush now. So I'm trimming some here. Let's go. Cool. I'm out of most of my position. Well, I'm still in 3,000 shares, but not in as heavy as I was. I'm hoping we get a flush here. That's why I'm still holding on to them, but there's a good chance we pop and retest that level. But I do think this news is pretty weak, though. The downside is there's just not a lot moving right now. 8.7 million float is what I'm seeing. No institutional ownership. Offering Risk is extremely high. Cash need, they have no cash. A lot of dilution on the books. Well, I shouldn't say a lot, but they have some dilution on the books. I don't know if it's a lot yet. But yeah, we might get a little bounce here. So I'm going to add some more size up here. And if y'all are sending me, or if y'all are chatting, sorry, I'm not looking at it right now. So I'll catch up in a second. I had to manage this position, got in a little too early. But we good now. And that's kind of not, I wouldn't say it's a teaching moment because I don't recommend scaling in. I only do that just in case I think it's trash and I think it's going to drop before it gets to a level. But when I was scaling in, I was adding like 500 shares, 500 shares, 500 shares. So it was only like $500 position. But then when we got up here to the level I liked, I think I added 4K, 5K, something like that. My wife knows I'm live streaming. She's going to call me right now. But anyway, so I added more size up here. So even though I was slowly scaling in here, it moved my average up a decent amount. But yeah, I'm just going to hold it. If it gets back to the plan with this one, if it gets back up to 125, 130, I'm going to add. But right now, I'm just going to see if it fades. Not confident it is because I don't think there's a lot moving right now, but I'm comfortable with it. In my trading view, the 200 SMA is at 2. Yeah, but it doesn't get there. Yeah, that's about where mine is. 223. Ross just lost 6K on this. Huh. What did CMBM end up doing? Oh, dying. Wow. Maybe once this hits VWAP, it'll take off again. Still attention away because PPBT, the news is very underwhelming for me. That's why I'm risking like trying to hold on, see if it flushes. But the problem is if there's nothing else moving, what is this NESR? Might have missed it. National Energy Services. I don't know. It looks sketchy. I'm not interested. Man, slow morning. So I'm just going to keep my eye on PPBT. Keep my eyes on this one. See if we get a decent little flush on it. But again, like I was saying, I wouldn't be surprised if it bounced and retests that level. Like, not surprised in the least bit. I'm hoping for a flush, but there's a lot of indicators it could bounce here. The dollar level, VWAP, and nothing else doing too much. Good morning. Having fun? A little bit of fun. I would be having more fun if PPBT flushes though. And BG says I'm out, went red 100 only to make 20. Got to fix that. Yeah, Again, that's kind of what I was trying to say earlier with my scaling. I'm like, I don't do that as much anymore. I used to be very accepting of being in red positions. I used to expect it because I would just scale into them. But now, as I matured as a trader, I try to find like specific levels to enter. So that's why that 127, 130, I should have just waited and went heavy there because that's where it went to. But because I scaled in, I was a little red in the beginning too. But it depends what the setup is, because like VSEE last night when I entered 9,000 shares up here, like I was very strategic with my entry and I had a very tight stop. But with like these pre-market runners, sometimes I'll scale in them, but I don't really recommend it. I did that a lot last year. No, exactly, Zach. I didn't. It got there pretty quick. I think I tend to go green or go red like that when there are no clear levels. Yeah, no, totally, for sure. And I'm sure as I keep maturing as a trader, I'm gonna trade less, be more particular about the tickers I enter. But right now, I really like to enter less, more trades, less size. So if one like VSEE yesterday goes against me, it doesn't rock my world. But if that was the only trade I took yesterday, that would have been a bad day. So I kind of like to, it's almost like my risk management in an odd way. But it's a double-edged sword because if I get in a bunch of questionable tickers, it's not a good strategy either. But this works for me, so let's see what PPBD or PPBT does. It's been hanging at this level forever, and I'm still in the 3,000 shares. I wonder if I should just, because my average is 103. I feel like it should be higher than that. Sometimes I question. I don't know. We'll just roll with it. We're back under $1. Do we flush here? Bro, this thing does not want to give up. I feel like as soon as I close this position, it's going to tank though. There we go. There we go. Up about 300 on it now. I want to see if it keeps going. So trim it a little at 88 now that it's slowed down here. But I'm still in 1,000 shares. I'm just probably gonna hold these. Yeah, that's a good strategy, friend. But again, that's a double-edged sword too. That's what I do. So a lot of times when I'm scaling, if my first entry is 500, my next one might be 700, my next one might be 900, and then if I find a level I like, I might 4x it or something. You know what I mean? So because if you scale up entering the same size, it's not going to move. You know, it's not going to move as substantially. But that's why I was a little confused that my average is 103 because I was only in a couple thousand shares here. entered 4K here, so I would imagine it would have been more in the like 115 range, but I don't know. But again, I also don't recommend scaling up. That's a dangerous strategy too. Like, y'all know how I feel about scaling up. You gotta, it's dangerous to add to losing positions too. But there's a strategy with it if it's a key level that you are confident is going to give it trouble. But be careful scaling up. Scaling up doesn't sound bad, but we're really adding to losers. So perception, you know, how you view it, but I still do it all the time. But again, I try to be strategic with it. So I'm still holding some. It's for people that say I never hold. I've been getting a lot of that lately. It's like, why do you scalp? Like, that's what works for me. But I am trying to hold this one a little bit. I'm gonna trim some. I'm gonna close here at 80 probably. 81 if we get there, 82. You got it, Liquid Steve. So kind of why I say it's a double-edged sword. When it works, it's beautiful. When it doesn't, it's painful. But again, like, I think this was a good example. I scaled in small size, and I added 4,000 shares at a very key level that I thought. But the problem is, so when I do that now, if it breaks it and I'm wrong, I got to get out quick. So it worked out this time though. But that's kind of what burned me with VSEE, is because I kind of had a similar strategy at 2. And then when it broke, it went hard. But yeah, I'm just going to start avoiding these. You'll hear me say it every day. 8:30, after 8:30, my win percentage goes down. And after 9 o'clock, it substantially goes down. And it's because of these type of moves. So just need to avoid those. I like these early plays because they tend to do this more. So I've only taken 2 trades today. P&L is not too impressive, up 477 right now, but I'll take it. This nice little flush on PBP was definitely padded it a little bit. But with my size, I probably should have made more, but I did trim a decent amount right here at break even when it first flushed. Yeah, I still don't know what happened to VSEE, why it made that move. But again, going back to what I was saying, the closer to 9, 8. So after 8:30 and especially after 9, like some of these, I see moves like that happen, and that's the problem. I say my win percentage goes down. It does go down just a tiny bit, but I am negative. Like often, like if I do my monthly recap before our end of month call, I'll review my data, and like 80% of the time I'm red from 9 to 9:30. So, and then 8:30 to 9, it's iffy. But I like kill it from 7 to like 8:30. So I probably should just stop live streaming at 8:30. But so it's less, I guess, about win percentages, but the ones I do lose on, they just like rip up like that. So, and again, I just try to share with y'all what I know or what I see. Take it or leave it. Not saying it's gospel, but with my trading, it definitely affects it. All right. 8 o'clock's in 3 minutes. See if we get some more PRs. Weak morning, though. Very weak morning. Do you guys let's do that. Do you guys pay commission on TZ? No. Well, you can. It's usually less than like $50, but there's ways to pay no commission by how you enter and exit. It says it on their website though, but I pay very small because I don't pay attention to it. How much you burned yesterday in VSEE? How much you burned? So it burned me 2,800. Then I burned it for 1,100 and 3K. So I was still net positive on it. And I showed proof earlier, but the only reason I did that is because I'm like, that's such a that's something I feel like that's something like a guru would say, like lie about. It's like, well, it got me, but I got it back. But try to, when I say bold things like that, show receipts. So it did get me, but I got my revenge on it. Got me 2,800 here, then I called 1,100 here, then I made this very tiny move, almost 3K. Entered 9,000 shares here, so it worked out. I'll make a video about that one. It'll probably be the most entertaining trade of the month, probably. Sorry to hear that, bro. No, I'm green on it, so it's all good, bro. I mean, it got me, but that's part of the game. I got it back. No, yeah, there was no chance to get out. Yeah, just trading. That was the problem. PPBT just hit the 9 EMA. Yeah, remember when I said I was going to trim around 80, 81? That's kind of why I said that. It's because any of these moving averages, sometimes they'll bounce off of. So I just went ahead and took my last profit there. So I'm going to look and see if I see anything moving on the top gainers. Okay, all the rest of these should be legit. Those are all the fake outs. JLHL. Sounds like a Chinese name. Yeah. Is it moving? It's not even moving. Oh, that one's from earlier too. SMX is moving. I'll walk through the scanner in just a second. No problem. It's not up enough for me. It's only up 10% now. It pushes back to 5 plus maybe, but I'm not trading this pop. Hope this is not all I get for 8 o'clock though. And pre-market's been slow. I heard Ross saying that on the video I watched last night too. I don't watch, like, I probably watch like 5% of his videos, but he gets me on the clickbait sometimes because he said he had another red day, so I clicked it. Don't want y'all to think I'm turned into a Ross fanboy. Wow, going negative. So CMB, I might set an alert here if it gets to, like, set an alert if it gets to 280 to let me know. I'm not going to enter at 280, but I want to know before it gets there. I'll definitely play this retest. PPBT. I don't know how I feel about this one. I might play a VWAP retest if there's just nothing else moving, but I don't love it. I do not love it. And instead of getting in at 98, I'm going to try to get in a little bit closer to 102. I was newer. I watched all his recaps. It's so nice to not watch like any now. The funny thing is I've never even saw Ross recaps. And so I started live streaming and started talking about him so much. And some of it's my fault. I brought him up today. It's like the running joke of my live stream. You got to bring up Ross at least once. Mahal, I know you're in the Moon Discord. Is he pumping anything? Well, BAER is up 50%. Grabbing locates. I don't even know much about it yet, but I'm getting my locates, getting ready for this one. This might be the play I've been waiting for. Entered a little at 250. Let's see what happens. Just a small size. Talking about scaling in. Okay, and the reason I take a while to pull it up here is because I trade mobile for y'all that don't know. So I prioritize my entries. So let's pull up the daily. Where is it going? A lot of chaos in this area, it looks like. No just super clear, obvious levels, but this 240 looks a little interesting. And let me see what the news was. And y'all probably saw I kind of like blindly entered there after I saw it was up 50%. 331 million in new financing commitment to fuel growth and fleet expansion. Dang, that's a lot of money. I mean, it's just a debt, but it's a lot of money. I know long momentum traders are just going to see 331, but all it is a massive loan. I think. New debt is senior secured, increase in secured creditor claims. Okay. Well, I'm in at 250, so I should probably close here, honest, or at least trim. Because I think that 331 is going to throw, like, give it a reason to, again, it's like, I think it's just a loan, so it's not like they really, it is going to help fund operations. I get that, totally get that, but it's just a loan. So I did trim. Where did I get out at? Not the best exit, but I got out a little at 219. But I'm still holding 500 shares. So this one moved quick. Honestly, would like to see it pop to 240 one more time to add a little bit more size. Be careful what you wish for, right? It might rip up, but I would like to get a little more size on this one before it drops, if it does drop. So CMBM still doing about the same. Looks like PPBT is going to fail VWAP. It didn't really get to it, but it looks like it's about to make its next move down. BAER, I'm just going to hold. See if it flushes a little bit more, and if it pops back up, I'll add some more size. Okay. Oh, my order was at 245. It didn't get filled. I don't know why I set it above that level. Y'all know I usually set it before the level because I like to ensure I get filled, and I'm confident I can manage the position if I get in too early, but I set that one too high. I did 245, and the level I saw was 240. But all good. I'm still in a few shares. See if it flushes here. And it looks like we're going to flush. So I'm going to close the rest out here at $2. I'm out at 205. Cool. Wasn't super heavy with that one because, like, my initial blind entry after I saw it was up 50%, I don't add a lot of size with those. That's almost like my, oh, just in case it's a quick pop and flush, I'm in it, which it kind of was because it never got back to that level, but made a little bit on it, but nothing crazy. Okay, so what was the question? What scanner do you use? So I use Trade Ideas. That's why I have that promotion on my little screen, and I absolutely love it. And again, like, and this is what I'm talking about. This is what I get, or this is what you get with Trade Ideas, and you can obviously adjust. I know it's probably hard to see. I don't know how to scale this out, but this is what the notifications I get. I got two. So this is just if anything goes up 20, I don't remember if it's 15 or 20% in 1 minute, I want to know about it. So that's what I get these alerts for. And it tells me the change from close, the volume, the float, how much is held by insiders, and how much is held by institutions. And then I have one for the 200 daily SMA because that's my favorite entry. So if something hits the 200 daily SMA, I get a notification on another one. But love Trade Ideas. They have backtesting and a bunch of features, but I mostly just use the scanner because you can just change the settings however you see fit. Because the other ones, like this one I'm talking about, the 200. It lets me know with all the 200 SMA tests, and there's just so many configurations for these things. So, like when you go to, I think it's Windows specific. But like, look at this, crawls above 200 daily moving average, 20 period SMA crawls above, like this is just for the 200. Like there's just so many different options that you can like specialize these alerts to, like just an insane amount. So I like the 200, so that's why I use it. But yeah. Oh, I got filled with BAER. It bounced back up. Let's go. Okay, I'm back in. But yeah, if you have any more questions about trade ideas, again, I do have an affiliate link for it, but look around. You're not gonna. I don't think you'll find better. Outside of TradeZero, I like it. It's probably my most important part of my trading. Like I like AskEdgar, I like TradeZella, but I can live without those. I can't live without trade ideas. So my entry was 245. So I'm gonna let it dance around this level a little bit, see what it wants to do. I don't think the news is that great, but it does say 300 million and or whatever. So that's a lot of money, even though we know it's just debt, new debt. It can fund other operations. So I don't think it's like a negative, but I think it's more neutral than anything. But I don't know the whole story. So and if it does break 240, is there another level I should be aware of? Let's see. Y'all see any other clear levels on this thing? It's kind of messy to me. So this is a decent level. These pops here, I sure hope it doesn't get up here. Zimtra has lowered location TradeZero. What's your commission, so? Share that. I'm gonna cover here. Because with the offshore brokers, I don't know, I've never heard of that one, which is even more sketchy sounding to me, but most of those offshore ones, the commissions are insane. How's the commissions with those, with that one, JT? Could Trade Ideas send notifications to your phone in case you are not in front of your PC? No, I don't think so. That's one of the unfortunate things about Trade Idea. If you're a mobile trader, you should reach out to them about it. Maybe you can, I just don't know about it. Because again, I just haven't explored Trade Ideas. Like, since I'm one of their affiliates now, I get all kind of emails about all the things it can do, and I'm just like, I just use the scanner. But they've been integrating a lot of like AI stuff in it. With like, somebody was on here the other day telling me about it. Is TradeZero basic okay? Yeah, I just have the basic one. Yeah, I just have the cheapest one. Cool. That was a good little play. I'm out. I got out in the teens, the 2 teens. My last exit was 216. Would you play something like KYTX? Uh-oh, I got an alert on CMBM. It's pushing. Okay, I'm at add here. Hold on a second. Let me get in this thing before it falls. All right, I'm in it. Not the best feel, but I'm in it. I'll cut if it breaks a new high. It's more one of those risk versus reward plays. So if I'm right, it could flush a decent amount. If I'm wrong, I'm just going to risk a few cents. But we're getting the flush. A little bit of a flush at least. What is BAE? Oh, it's diving even farther now. I'm already trimming here in the 260. This is so excessive that I mean, I'm being a little jumpy with this one just because it's a moon pump. So I'm already down to like half my size. But I did enter 1,000 shares, which is, you know, not huge. I'm not saying that, but decent size. And I had my entry at 280, called it to 268, and now I'm still holding 500 just in case it does drop a little bit more. Now I basically can't lose. So worst case scenario, break even if it breaks 3, as long as it doesn't pull a VSEE. That is, it was like skipping numbers. Okay, would you play something like KYTX? Forgot you asked that. I assume you were talking about when it was up here. I mean, there's a lot that goes into it, so let me keep my eye on CMBM, but KYTX. I mean, it needs to be up at least 20% for me to play it, but it's a 320 million market cap. I don't love it. No, I don't love it. But if a 300 million market cap went up like 50%, maybe, but these little pops I'm not too interested in. They still flush sometimes. Like, look at this. It went from 280 to 825, but the bigger the market cap, PBT, I'm about to add some position to this one too. Let me get into PPBT. Uh-oh, might be a little slow. Oh, I got it. So I got entry $1, and I'm adding another one at 102. All right, I'm just gonna stick with a couple thousand shares in it because VWAP retest. I don't love these in pre-market. I'll play them sometimes, but if you get in too early, then you're managing it. So I'm not going to add any more than 2,000 shares. See if it flushes here. But yeah, so KYTX, if it's up enough, I would play it. But the once they get over 200 million market, cap, they just don't flush cleanly. Like they'll like go down, but they don't flush as cleanly. They hold their gains a little better. So if this keeps breaking, this breaks above 105, I'm probably just going to cut. Because I'd rather play the high a day retest. And I'm seeing big orders on the bid. Like 150K order on the bid right now. But it looks like it's going down. CMBM still in my other 500 shares. So this one's going my way. PPBT is not so much, but already trimmed out. I'm only at 1,000 shares now. So I lost like 30 bucks on that. Nothing crazy. Maybe 40 max. But I still think there's a chance it fails here, but it could try a high day retest too, though. Oh, there we go. Back green. Should have held that other 1,000 shares, but that's all right. Risk management. See what it does. It still might push up. I'm not claiming victory yet, but what's CMBM doing? I haven't caught a lot of clean flushes today. I don't feel like BAER was probably my best one. How much do you pay for your charts per month? Excuse my ignorance, but what are you talking about? TradingView charts? It's like 10 bucks, 15 bucks. I have a link for that in my description too, but yes, it's super cheap. Looks like it's about to fail here, so let's see. See what it does around EWAP. It's hanging in there though, but I think it'll fade. The crazy thing is, in these slow markets though, the money rotation theory, it definitely still works. And if you're new, basically, if something's running and it starts to stall a little bit and something else runs, like that money rotates over to the next play. So pre-market is best. Like, I mean, the money rotation is best when like there's a lot of things moving, because like that's why after hours was so hot a couple weeks ago, because like 10 things were pumping before like 4:30, and people would play one, then move to the next one, and then you were just like catching the nosedives on all of them. So similar concept with pre-market. Prefer it to be a little bit busier than this, just so, because if there's only a few tickers playing, like all the momentum longs are in the same ticker. So I'd rather them, you know, close out of a position, that creates selling pressure. So, but we're making it work. But if this one breaks above 106, I'll just cut. Oh, there it is. I'm just going to cut it just in case we get a higher day retest. So I lost like probably like 60, 70 bucks on this play. Actually, I'm still in it. My order didn't go through because I did stop market, so I'm actually still in it. So I'm just going to hold it. It's only 1,000 shares. And then I'll do a similar concept what I did here and just add much heavier up here, and it'll get my average up. So yeah, no, TradingView is pretty cheap. Oh, and FYI, they're running a 50% off sale right now. This is actually a really good time to do it. So I'm gonna start scaling back into this one. But yeah, TradingView has some type of little Halloween deal going or something. And they usually don't run. You know how some people, like, they're always running a deal and they try to make it seem like it's a special deal? TradingView is not that way. I don't know if I've ever seen the 50% off deal before. Maybe I have, I don't know. So I added a little at 118. And I have 4,000 waiting at 125. Nice. Let's go. 70% off. Is that like a one-time deal? How'd you get that? I think I'm paying full price and it's only 10, 15. Something like that. I don't misquote me, but it's not much. Out of everything I pay for, TradingView is like the cheapest. But again, I don't have all the bells and whistles. You can pay more and get like more indicators on your charts and things like that. But I keep my charts pretty simple. So my average is 110. So now I'm basically back at break even, close to it at least, in 2,000 shares. And 4,000 waiting at 125. BLBX. Ooh, it's a little pop. It's got a lot of range on it. $30 million market cap, trash company too. No cash, a lot of offering on the books. Looks like I'm gonna end up missing it, but it probably was a pretty good play. Just doing too much research on it. Yeah, it looks like we're about to get a high day retest on this one, which I'm fine with. Let me double check my orders ready. Yeah. But the thing is playing this, so if it does, because I'm adding so much size, if it does break a new high, I got to get out. You know what I mean? Like I got to get out quick. So that's how I play these. And it's getting late in the day too, so I don't love that either. later. But I'm in it, so we'll see how it plays out. If it breaks above 130 and holds, I'm just gonna get out. And it could do that. Just want to be clear. There's a good chance it could do that, but try to risk just a few cents to potentially make more. So it got my average way up though. I'm at 119 now. So just a little flush and I'll be good. Or 120. It's actually 119.7, so basically 120. Yeah, not the best because I scaled in early, but ERNA. I'm not going to pull it up on this screen just yet because I'm keeping my eye on PPBT because I have to cut this one if it holds above like 130 pretty quick. It might break. It's definitely trying. I like a little bit quicker flush back down, but so I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, there it goes. So I'm gonna have to get out of this one. Oh, it fell back. I like to wait for the 5-minute to close, so maybe I should just do that. But again, I'm in heavy, so I got to be careful because in the next 45 seconds it could rip. So I'm gonna wait because technically I should wait for the 5-minute to close above that level. So I'm gonna try to do that. But if it physically gets, if it holds over 130, I'm gonna cut. But if it just gets over 135, I'm gonna cut. Hope that makes sense. Because I still have a hard time believing it's going to hold above this level, but it could. Actually added 1,000 shares at 130. So I'm in pretty heavy now. Oh, Erna's running. Let's go. Still attention. Erna. Sounds like a grandma from the country. Erna. So yeah, my average is 121 now. It's a little bit of flush down. I'm going to trim down my size just a little bit if I get it. I'll pull up Erna. What if that's the play I should be looking at? No. It's already flushing. But there might be a play there, guys. I'm just focusing on this one since I'm a little heavy on it. Let's go. I'm not even going to trim. Well, I'm going to trim some here. Okay. Got my size count down. I'm in the green now. Let's go. Worked out. Erna's showing out. Thank you, Erna. Let's go. Erna blasting off. Ooh. I kind of like this level though. 175. I don't know the news though, so I'm gonna let this one just keep running a little bit. But this might be a play soon. I mean, it's probably already a play, but still trying to keep my eye on PPBT. Maybe this $2 level wouldn't be bad. How's the locates on this? How's the float? Ooh, the float's pretty small. Oh, no, 6 million. I looked at the wrong thing. That's a good float. So I got my locates. It's ripping. It is ripping. I'm gonna try some here in the 220s. Well, I didn't get my entry where I wanted it. I got it in the 2 teens though, but so I'm in it. 216. It just seems too overextended right now. Oh, look at it. I got to close out of this one. Let's go. Or close some of it. Okay. I closed most of my PPBT. Oh, and now Erna's flushing. Let's go. Trimmed a little here in the 190s. Got out at 196. So I'm only in 400 shares now. I entered 800 originally. Oh, let's go. I might trim some more here. Yeah, I'm gonna trim some at 184. I'm slapping the ask. Cool. So I'm out. I don't even know what the news was on this one. So a little skittish, especially since it's after 8:30 now. So I closed out pretty quick. Cool, they worked out. So let's see what the comment's saying. BLBX, yesterday, ... What do you mean by yesterday? BSEE? Trying to throw that in my face? I made $5,000 yesterday. I'm good. 200 is at 222. Seems reachable for the longs. Were y'all talking about PPBT? That thing ain't getting up there. I don't know. I'm a little confused by some of these comments. Maybe we're talking about if it rips up, it might just go super high. And that is true, but like I don't think of that every play. Like that's it's kind of like the scare money don't make money mentality. Like I'm aware that things like that can happen, but that can't be your first thought when you're playing a retest. You got to wait. Like just because that happened to me yesterday, I'm not going to change my strategy. Yeah, because I'm still going to wait for these candles to close. It's a probability game. You know, you just got to win more than you lose, but you got to be aware of these things for sure. But I'm not thinking about BSEE too much. Yeah, no, it's yeah, I was thinking the same yesterday. Jed said, yeah, it kind of goes back to what my theory about sizes. So as long as I'm not oversized, I'm usually not too panicky in a position. So if you're, and this isn't coming from me, I've heard this from other traders. If like you're in a position and you're uncomfortable, and I've been in those positions for sure, you're probably too big, probably too much size. Because if you're uncomfortable, you get emotional. If you get emotional, you're not thinking straight. You might play it incorrectly. But yes, it's definitely something you always got to think about. But especially as it gets close to 9 o'clock. But yeah, I might be talking about something completely different anyways. I was late to these comments. Any of y'all catch PPBT or ERNA? Oh, ERNA flushed all the way to 170. Wow. And it's back up. What is the news with this one? Enter cell therapy manufacturing partnership to advance ERNA 101 towards clinical trials in ovarian cancer. This feels a little overhyped too. Because they haven't even had any trials yet, I don't think. Well, I just got filled on ERNA. I forgot I had an order waiting at 219. That's not a bad fill. So I'm gonna just hold it for a second. Because if I get a good entry, I don't mind holding. I totally forgot I had that entry. Let's go. Let's go. Love when that happens. I trimmed, it was a solid entry, 1,000 shares. So I trimmed 500 here at 201. And I might see if these flush a little bit more because I think the news is a little overhyped. Or maybe they've already completed the clinical trials. Let me dig in a little more. No, I don't think so, because it says announce a collaboration today to advance ERNA 101 or Nexa IMSC cell therapy for ovarian cancer into clinical manufacturing and trials. Oh yeah, preclinical data was presented. Yeah, so they don't even have any. Maybe whoever they're partnered with is a big company, or see CelliPoint Bioservices. Maybe that's why it's pumping hard. Because it looks like a big collaboration. Let me see. CLLI. I'm not even finding it. All right, it broke a new high there. I'm just going, like I said, I had a 219 entry. I got out half at 200. If this even just gets above 220 again, I'm probably just going to cut. I think the news is a little overhyped, but we're getting in that time I don't like. So I'm gonna probably I'm gonna close here. I'm cool with 9 cents a share. So I made about 20 cents a share or 18 cents a share on 500, and I'll be content with these 9 cents a share. Cool. Check to see if there's anything else running. If not, I'm probably going to hop off here shortly. Do you think ERNA will go to 4? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Do not know. I'd love to give you a better answer, but I'm not sure. I think there's a lot of congestion to 4 between 200s and pretty strong levels, but I could be wrong. Yeah, not sure, but I don't think this one's gonna rip too hard. I mean, it could, but dang, I should have held. But I'm just ready to get out. This is where the period that usually hurts me. The time 8:30 to 9 and 9 to 9:30. I personally guarantee it will go to 4. BG is putting his name on the line. it only hit 20,800 in 2021. Yeah. No reverse splits or anything, right? Yeah. All right, guys. Well, pretty good morning. I broke $1,000, barely north of it, but a little north of it. So I'll take it. And I didn't give it away this time. So the green streak continues. So how many more days to end the month? Let's see, what's today? So Thursday and Friday. As long as I don't do something stupid next 2 days, this will be my first all green month since 2024. So pretty excited about that. On that note, if you're not in the Discord, I'm no longer, there's no trial. So if you're interested, I have a link for that. And also I pinned the Friendly Bear podcast. Check it out. When I was in LA, he reached out and we did a podcast, talk about short selling. I share a few of my little secrets, but I always share my secrets with y'all. It's more for secrets for other people, but hopefully it's a decent podcast. It just released at, FUBO is running. Isn't this a bigger one though? But yeah, check it out. I haven't even watched it yet because it premiered at 7. Friendly Bear, y'all heard me talk about it. Yeah, this is a 1.25 billion market cap. I'm not gonna mess with this one. This is like a meme stock. I've seen this one pump in the past. I don't know what's the story with it, but anyways, I'll see y'all next time.